It's Wednesday, February 12. In the headlines, the government passes a bill to make Portmore the 15th parish. Former Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, has resigned from the Senate. In business news, sprint legend Usain Bolt addresses the loss of his $12 million to Stocks and Securities Limited. Regionally, St. Lucia prepares economy for global impact of U.S. tariffs. And in sports, Jamaica's young reggae boys beat St. Lucia 3-1. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. A bill making Portmore Jamaica's 15th parish was passed by the lower house on Tuesday amid avid protest from the opposition members. Government ministers used their majority numbers to push through the legislation, despite the opposition's repeated threats to go to the court over what it says are attempts at gerrymandering by the government. The Counties and Parishes Amendment Act 2025, if approved by the Senate, will see the first time in post-colonial Jamaica and in nearly 160 years that a new parish is being created. The bill was piloted by local government minister Desmond McKenzie.
It seeks to significantly widen the door of economic and social and political development for the people of Portmore by increasing their ability, Madam Speaker, to chart their own course and to be more effective, to advocate and to manage resources available for their allocation.
The move will end the direct election of the mayor of Portmore, one that the opposition sees as an attempt by the government to overturn the will of the people of the municipality.
You know what they are ripping apart from the people of Portmore, Mr. Speaker? They are ripping away from Portmore their right to elect their own mayors. That is what is provided for in the Charter.
Member of Parliament Judith Cuthbert-Flynn lives in Portmore.
The people in Cabinet State where I live, even though we can vote for a member of Parliament, we were kept from voting in the last local government election for a mayor. And so today, I rise to lend my voice in support of making Portmore the 15th parish of Jamaica. And I have to say that as a proud tax-paying resident of Portmore, I, along with thousands of others, believe that it is our time that this border is changed.
The debate led to fiery exchanges on both sides of the aisle.
It is the people of Portmore who should decide which way they wish to go. Instead, the process of consultation with the people of Portmore leading up to this point was mere political window dressing.
It is the responsibility of this Parliament to establish parishes. It is the responsibility of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica to establish constituency boundaries. So, Mr. Speaker, when they come with their gimmicks,
Yes, and lie.
and lies,
Go pay your bill, Fitz. Skylarking. Fitz, go pay your bill.
we will not listen to those lies.
A divided vote was taken. It went 28-10 in favor of the government. The bill was eventually passed with one amendment, and the opposition walking out in protest, led by opposition leader Mark Golding. Former Mayor of Kingston, Delroy Williams, has resigned from the Senate, effective immediately. The news came hours before the prorogation of Parliament on Tuesday. The decision has put vacancies in the government's sides in the upper house to 3, following last year's resignation of Matthew Samuda, the current Member of Parliament for St. Anne Northeastern, and former business executive Don Webby. Mr. Williams' decision comes as he seeks to represent the Jamaica Labour Party in Clarendon Central, where he would replace Lester Mike Henry as a party's representative and a candidate in the expected general election later this year. Students looking to start or continue their tertiary education now have more financial support, thanks to a partnership between the Caribbean Maritime University, CMU, the American Caribbean Maritime Foundation, and other key sponsors. Danita Rodney has more in this report.
Speaking at a JIS think tank session, CMU's President of Administration and University Registrar, Keisha Walker, highlighted the partnership with the American Caribbean Maritime Foundation as one of several initiatives supporting students.
We understand that tertiary education is expensive, and as a public university, we are unable to provide the financial means that our students need to fund their education. So because of this, the university has entered into arrangements with organizations to provide financial support. The American Caribbean Foundation partnered with us starting in 2018. They are a non-profit organization based in Florida that provides financial assistance to students studying maritime education in the Caribbean.
But the ACMF is not the only group assisting students. CMU has also forged a strong relationship with the Caribbean Shipping Association, which provides funding for both local and regional students.
What I like about the Caribbean Maritime Foundation and the Caribbean Shipping Association is that they cater not only for local students but also for Caribbean students. So persons who are interested in studying at the Caribbean Maritime University don't have to be based in Jamaica to benefit from the scholarship. Right? The Caribbean Shipping Association, as I indicated, has been with us from 2014, and they have funded close to 70 students since that time. So they're our longest running partners.
Another major sponsor, the New Fortress Energy Foundation, has played a critical role in supporting CMU students by creating employment opportunities after graduation.
Why this is significant is that New Fortress Energy employs a lot of our students. So they have come on, and apparently based on the work or the contributions that our students have made to their organizations, they want to give back. So they too are one of our largest sponsors. This year, they are sponsoring 20 students valued at $62,000 US.
Additionally, the People's Republic of China has contributed scholarships valued at up to 200,000 Jamaican dollars, helping students pursue their maritime studies.
I can't go further without saying thank you to some governments who have sought to invest in the university. The People's Republic of China is one such country that is also investing in the university. They came on as donors in 2017. And since then, they have sponsored close to 41
exactly.
Yes, students. And their scholarships are in Jamaican dollars, and they're valued at $200,000 but each. And when they started, the number of scholarships that were given was 5. Now that has gone to 8. And I know that the boss is working with them to see how best we can increase that amount, seeing that we're nearing our 10-year mark.
Ms. Walker shared that the application period for the American Caribbean Maritime Foundation scholarships is now open, providing funding for students throughout their academic journey.
The ACMF scholarship is open. It opens in January 1 and closes April 30, so we encourage all students of the Caribbean Maritime University, potential and current, to apply. The tuition, the scholarships available from ACMF covers full tuition. For those persons who reside In countries outside of Jamaica, it covers tuition, auxiliary fees, boarding, and meals. So once students can maintain the minimum GPA requirements, they're funded for their entire tenure.
She also confirmed the opening dates for other available scholarships, encouraging students to apply early.
The scholarship for the Chinese embassy opens May 1. The scholarship for New Fortress Energy also opens May 1, and I must tell you that New Fortress Energy is open to students who reside in Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, and St. James. These are parishes that the business operates in. So this is where you can find a JEP location. So students who are hailing from these parishes are encouraged to apply. And New Fortress Energy also covers full tuition. So once you can maintain your GPA, you are covered for your entire tenure.
For more information on scholarship opportunities, students are encouraged to visit the Caribbean Maritime University's website. For the news on PBCJ, I am Denita Rodney.
Time now for the business report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Global influencer and Jamaican track star Usain Bolt shared on a podcast that he is ready to break his silence on the loss of US $12 million to disgraced investment house Stocks and Securities Limited. Bolt says he is still waiting for the restoration of his money. Bolt and 200 other SSL investors lost money in the massive fraud discovered at SSL about 2 years ago. To date, only one former SSL staff member has faced the courts. Bolt said he has kept quiet to protect the country's image, but he suggests it may be time to change his approach. US-based impact investment firm Blue Maho Capital Incorporated officially launched its US $5 million Caribbean diaspora bond, offering for US investors on February 1st, aimed at giving Jamaicans in the US a chance to invest and help grow Jamaica. The minimum investment is US $100 and is structured under Regulation CF of the Jobs Act. The bond is designed to attract US investors seeking fixed, guaranteed returns. Financier David Mullings, founder and chairman and CEO of Blue Maho Capital Incorporated, said this bond offering provides a stable investment option while contributing to critical housing development in the Caribbean, he explained. The proceeds from the bond offering will primarily fund affordable housing developments in Jamaica. The flagship project, Penn Village in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, has already garnered significant interest, with a model unit completed and over 258 potential buyers expressing interest in the first 200 homes of a planned 700-unit development. Grace Kennedy has announced key leadership changes set to take effect in 2025 as part of the company's succession plan. Effective February 14, Andrea Coy will assume the role of CEO of Grace Kennedy Foods, a move that will see the integration of the domestic and international segments of GK's food division under a single leadership structure. Later this year, following a 25-year career at Grace Kennedy, Grace Burnett will retire as CEO of the Grace Kennedy Financial Group effective August 14, 2025. Upon her retirement, Stephen Whittingham, the current Deputy CEO of the Financial Group, will step into the role of CEO. Last month, the company confirmed that Group CEO Don Webby will retire on February 14, 2025. He will be succeeded by Frank James, the current CEO of GK Foods Domestic and former group CFO. For the trading period ending February 11, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Alternative energy firm Wigton Energy Limited with 66,864,936 units traded, representing 83.56% of market sales volume. Toll road operator Trans-Jamaican Highway Limited Jamaican dollar shares with 3,385,015 units traded, representing 4.23% of market sales volume. Gas station operator Regency Petroleum Company Limited with 2,576,597 units traded, representing 3.22% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On February 11, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $41.96 million purchased and US $59.27 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.74 per dollar, selling the US at $158.18 and buying the US at $156.44. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $1.44 per transaction, with selling at $111.10 and buying at $109.66. The British pound yielded Forex traders $2.38 in profits, with selling at $193.85 and buying at $191.47. For our credit report tip of the day, turn your credit repair journey into a strategic game plan. If your challenge is errors on your credit report, then your strategy is to regularly review your credit reports and dispute inaccuracies, because your score should be based on facts, not fiction. However, if your challenge is lender skepticism due to past credit issues, then your strategy is to build a track record with smaller, manageable credit products to slowly win back their trust. Now, building from nothing to financial recovery and resilience, we pay special attention to professional women over the age of 45 who have mindset blocks that become financial blocks. Let's look at procrastination and perfectionism. If that's you, your action plan is to embrace progress over perfection. Launch your digital business idea as a minimum viable product. Think about a blog, an e-commerce store, or an affiliate site, and refine as you grow. Then there's self-doubt and imposter syndrome. Your action plan is to celebrate every win: your first investment, a successful sale, or a new subscriber. Lean on mentors who have walked this path to boost your confidence. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step towards your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, the St. Lucian government is moving quickly to tackle potential fallout from U.S. tariff policies. A special task force led by Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte is ramping up engagement with stakeholders, working to get fully operational and take a proactive approach to protecting the local economy.
Only time will tell how U.S.-imposed tariffs on global partners will affect small islands like St. Lucia, but officials are not sitting idly by. The government announced the formation of a task force to monitor U.S. tariff policies, which is reportedly advancing efforts. The Trump administration has imposed a 10% tariff on Chinese goods. Additionally, effective March 12, a 25% import tax will be placed on steel and aluminum entering the U.S. The U.S. is the world's largest importer of steel, with Canada, Brazil, and Mexico as its top 3 suppliers. Led by Commerce Minister Emma Hippolyte, St. Lucia's task force aims to actively engage the private sector to assess potential impacts and implement measures to mitigate any negative fallout from the tariffs.
Inclusion of the private sector, public sector.
Yeah. They are affected, so they will be part of the grouping to sit down and to see how we can put solutions to the problem. Yeah.
How soon are you hoping to have a meeting?
Well, as I said, today is my first official day back. We need to sit down, and when I leave here, we go to the cabinet, we'll agree on the members of the task force, and then we start our work.
The Commerce Minister highlighted that the impact of tariffs extends beyond the private sector, potentially affecting the public sector and possibly government subsidies. The government of St. Lucia pays a portion of the retail price of cooking gas cylinders, provides a 30% subsidy to banana farmers, and generous subsidies on rice, sugar, and flour, all efforts to stabilize the price and prevent inflationary shocks on consumers.
As you know, as our government, our mantra is putting the people first. And this is linked also to the first issue in terms of tariff. It's the government looking at the impact of inflation and seeing how best we can assist all of St. Lucia. It's not just a little man. As that the tariff basket is expanded, we'll continue. Even for the issue of just basic bread or flour, everybody's impacted. When it comes to our LPG, 22 pounds, the average home is impacted. When you look at the other persons using our roads, so all of St. Lucia is impacted. Families, businesses, large and small.
According to Hippolyte, the task force will aim to ensure resilience for both businesses and government operations in St. Lucia.
As a government, we sit in cabinet, we see what is happening on the ground, and we make policy decisions. At the moment, we have taken these decisions. We are going to see what is happening on the ground, what is happening. A lot of what is happening is imported. The impact, the inflationary pressures, most of them are imported. We will continue. The comfort I need to give John Public is that as a government, we are continually watching what is happening, and with the data, when we get the data, we make decisions, always in the interest of the people.
Hippolyte reaffirmed the task force's mandate to safeguard the interests of citizens and businesses and to ensure the shielding of St. Lucia's economy from external impacts.
It's official. Belizeans are heading to the polls. Prime Minister John Bresciano made the long-awaited announcement Tuesday morning from Belmopan, confirming that the 2025 general election will take place on March 12. Surrounded by his cabinet and PUP candidates, Bresciano revealed the date for meeting with the Governor General, who was advised to dissolve the National Assembly.
With this sterling report card in hand, and after careful reflection and prayer, I have decided that now is the appropriate time to seek from you a renewal of our electoral mandate. Earlier, I advised the Governor General to dissolve the National Assembly today and to appoint Wednesday, March 12th, 2025 as the date for general elections. Nomination day for candidates in all 31 constituencies is to be February 24th, 2025. I encourage all Belizeans to vote. Election day is your chance, a chance to be cherished, where in free and fair elections, you choose the person and the party that can best represent your interests.
Antigua and Barbuda's Agriculture Ministry is ramping up efforts to boost the nation's food security and strengthen its economy. Officials outlined the plans during a news conference at the Multipurpose Center on Tuesday, highlighting the sector's role in driving economic growth. Shanakisha Francis has the story.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Fisheries and the Blue Economy has unveiled plans aimed at transforming Antigua and Barbuda's agricultural sector by 2030. The goal for agriculture to contribute 5% to the nation's gross domestic product, GDP. Portfolio Minister Honorable Anthony Smith Jr. emphasizes the importance of strengthening the sector to reduce the country's high food import bill.
And from a government standpoint, as we continue to see the import bill, our high import bill, we find it very important that we strengthen our agriculture sector where we can be in a position to reduce our import bill, as well as to have the agriculture sector contribute much more to our GDP.
The agriculture sector is now contributing 2% to the country's gross domestic product after seeing a 7 percentage point increase in output in 2024 compared to the previous year. The value of the sector's output last year was $116 million, but to contribute 5% to GDP, that output must be more than doubled. Permanent Secretary Walter Christopher outlines how this will be done.
How are we going to get there? We get there by we're going to target commodities that would move the needle. So those commodities, we're looking at about 8, Director can speak to that a little more, but we're looking at about 8 commodities. Pineapple, sweet potato, yam, cassava, honey, broiler, chicken.
Director of Agriculture Gregory Bailey adds that while the fisheries sector has traditionally carried the weight of contribution to GDP, the focus will shift towards increasing crop production and livestock.
The sector can be broadly divided into 3 areas: livestock, fisheries, and crop production. And I dare say that fisheries has been really carrying the weight as it relates to GDP. So if you notice, a lot of what Minister spoke about is to kind of increase crop production component, and thereby increasing, and livestock, and thereby increasing the overall sector's contribution to GDP.
The ministry emphasizes collaboration from all sectors working together to create a more self-sufficient, resilient, and secure agricultural economy. Shanakisha Francis, ABS News.
In sports, we look to football. Assistant coach of Jamaica's under-17 Reggae Boys team, Vassal Reynolds, says the players are aiming for a clinical performance when they face the Cayman Islands in their second Group D match of the CONCACAF Men's Under-17 Championship in Guatemala. The match time is scheduled to get underway at 5 p.m. today, February 12. The boys started their Under-17 World Cup qualification drive with a 3-1 win over St. Lucia in their opening Group H CONCACAF game at the same venue on Tuesday. And that's the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.